Okay, welcome indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to the Money Magnet Show. Right about now, we are being joined by somebody who is important right here in the city of Livingstone, the tourist capital. And we are still continuing. We are talking about tourism here just in Zambia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
I must say it's a pleasure having you on the show.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah, so for those who don't know who Mr. Kelvin is, who is Mr. Kelvin and what role do you play in the tourism industry?
Well, my full name's Kelvin Mwelwa. I'm the Secretary General for ZATO, that's the Zambian Association of Indigenous Tour Operators. I'm also a destination management company, okay, where we sell and promote Zambia's tourism. So in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Okay, now talking about, the tourism industry, we are looking at the period that we are in, that's the post-COVID period. How has it been doing?
Well, I must say that it's getting back on its feet.
Okay.
Yeah, tourism was badly hit. I think it was one of the most hit sectors of the economy. Mm-hmm. But we have seen it coming back to life, and we're trying to do our best to make sure that Zambia continues to hold its flag high.
Okay, so now looking at, from what we have learned, especially when COVID came, it had to strike, and, we had to keep the tourism local. And, I saw a lot of people, trying, also to adapt to that. But for now, what have you learned in terms of, so marketing the tourism industry at large when we talk about, the people of Zambia and the people who are coming in the country?
I think one lesson learned from both the international foreign investors as well as the local investors is the importance of domestic tourism. Okay. Yeah, so for a very long time, this is one section of tourism that was really underestimated. Mm-hmm. So what COVID taught us was how important domestic tourism is. Mm-hmm. So at this time in life, we now believe that we need to focus strongly on domestic tourism, mm-hmm, and then we can upgrade into international tourism. So tourism alone, if we're looking at international level, it cannot hold water unless the domestic tourism is highly improved. Okay. Because at the same time, the local tourists, the residents that travel around and learn about the country are actually the ambassadors to the international community. Okay. So, yes, we've learned a lesson, and we've really learned on valuing domestic tourism.
Okay, now, there's been, some trending that is going around when we talk about, social media. People, they're saying Zambians and Zimbabweans, they are fighting on the Victoria Falls. And, there's that, connotation outside that the Victoria Falls is actually in Zimbabwe. But as Zambians, are we doing the most in marketing the tourism industry?
Well, I'll say yes and no. And in the first place, I'll speak from my perception as a tour operator. Mm-hmm. And I believe that there is no bone of contention between Zambia and Zimbabwe over the Victoria Falls. Mm-hmm. The fact that it exists between our borders makes us co-partners in managing the site. Okay? But the most important thing that we need to focus on as Zambians is how best we can increase our revenue from the resource that we have of the side that is on the Zambian side. So there is no basis of comparison. Okay, nature has its course, so it's shared there. So the best we do is we gear up and work out logistical ways of how we manage our side and how much revenue we generate from it. how we focus on our marketing trends, and see how we do on the international market platform. So basically for me, I really feel that we just need to do the best we can do as Zambians and get to a platform where we are. Where if you talk about competition, Zimbabwe has been in tourism longer than Zambia. And so we've learned quite a lot from them. And I'm sure there's a lot they're learning from us as well, because we're coming from different backgrounds. So we're learning from them, they're learning from us. But at the end of the day, we'll have a regional tourism promotion that is going to help coordinate tourism in the region.
Really, you guys who are in the tourism industry, are you really marketing? And if you are marketing, what are, some of the challenges that you faced? Because we've seen a lot of people in the tourism industry, they don't come out, like on media to also state the challenges that they are facing. We just hear them trending here and there. But what are really some of the challenges that you faced, if at all marketing hasn't been going on well, especially when you talk about tourism?
Well, let me mention this, not to sound political, but I feel that we're not doing the right thing in marketing. You see, when a tree grows and has beautiful leaves and beautiful flowers, the most important part of that tree are the roots, okay? So if the roots are receiving the right nutrients, the right water, then that tree is going to be very healthy, and everybody would want to sample what is of that tree. So what do I mean? What I mean is, the way I see the tourism sector is that the most key important players in tourism are the destination management companies at the very bottom.
Okay.
Because these are the marketing wheels of every tourism nation. So what the government needs to do, what the people in tourism need to do, is to invest a lot in the destination management companies, because they're the ones selling the products, they're the ones selling the sites, they're the ones selling all these activities, tourism activities that go around the town, okay? So if the government is going to take up the marketing and market the tourism itself, it is not going to achieve the right results. Okay. Because the DMCs will be dead at the bottom. The roots will be dead at the bottom. Okay, so when the DMCs are promoted, well-funded, proper policy direction given to them, and also supported in terms of infrastructure and all that they need, then we have a kind of tourism that is growing healthy. So it grows and develops the local people, the culture of the people, and the aspirations of the local people, and gives them a direction. Okay, so it builds from there. So I really see it from the ZATO point of view. As the Zambian Association of Indigenous Tour Operators, we believe that we, the local people, are the key marketers of this country. So what we need is empowerment, policy direction, and the foresight to achieve this goal collectively together.
Okay, I think those are some of cardinal points that you've brought out. And when we talk about marketing, marketing is vast. And what I saw when COVID came, we learned a lot. We saw the power of media. Now the question is, how has so the government and the people in the tourism industry invested in media? Because we've seen that nowadays media is a way to go. In an interview that we had some time back, we had somebody talking about here right on the show that we have a lot of tourism sites here in Zambia, but the only thing that people know is the Victoria Falls. Are we really doing the most to use media to market these places? And if not, then what can be done to enhance people to use media, videography, so that we market our sites like that?
Well, the most important thing that we need to do, yes, you are right, we need the media more, because the media brings out what is there. Yeah. Okay, that is the key thing. So the second thing is, I would love to see a situation where the media and the various associations, tourism associations in Zambia, are working together at every point in time to keep sending the word, to keep identifying these areas we're talking about and promoting them. And also the media and the associations should be working hand in hand to make sure that everything that we deserve to promote in this country is being promoted. But alongside that, I would like to emphasize that the government needs to invest in these sites that we talk about. Because some of these sites we're talking about are far-fetched in terms of distance, and the road network is not very good in certain areas. Certain areas, they are manageable. So the government needs to invest in these places so that the accessibility is very good and the sites are worth a visit. Because imagine I drive you all the way from Livingstone, maybe to Luapula, and then we reach there, and the site I'm going to show you is just a rock that is sitting by the side of the road, and there's nothing around it. You will have spent a lot of money, and you're not going to be happy with me.
Yeah,
so if there is a site we identify, we need to put something around that site that is attractive, that is accommodative, that is appealing, so that when we get there, we'll spend probably a couple of hours around that site because people need to enjoy the presence of that site. So certain sites identified, they are coupled. That's why you couple them now with cultural aspect of the people.
Yeah.
Traditional dancing, traditional food, and all the other traditional experiences that are around that particular site. You package. And that is what a destination management company best does.
Okay.
It packages. That is why they are very, very important and key factors in tourism growth in a country.
Yeah, now also talking about culture, do you think, as Zambians, we've done, have we done something in promoting some of our cultures? Looking at Zambia, I think we have over 73 or 74 tribes. Have we really tried to promote, some of these cultures that we uphold here in our country?
We have not done so well, and that is why part of the reasons that Zato was formed is to make sure that the cultural aspect of the country comes out.
Yeah.
That's why we focus on the indigenous part, okay, because we're looking at the indigenous cultural practices. Zato promotes and directs the cultural aspect. So we go to different regions, we meet the different chiefs and their cultural people, and help encourage them to bring out their cultural practices so that when they are graded and put on the international market, they have a positive recognition.
True.
Okay? So that is what we are doing. So we do not believe in cultural aspects where maybe I'm from the East and you find me dancing Luvale songs. So we need to focus on our personal cultures so that we bring them out, they stand out. And then it will be easy for the DMCs to promote and market them. Okay,
yeah. So now I know we are, reaching at a point where we have to close the show. Just in a nutshell, what are some of the things, also that you think we can enhance in tourism as you are closing, which we can enhance, and also how we can bring a lot of, people in tourism to cooperate and to market, tourism as a whole?
Well, one of the most important things that I would like to encourage is that all the tour operators, local and otherwise, that are operating in Zambia, they should continue lobbying for more information, more training, more aspiration, so that we continue moving the vision forward. For as long as they continue to work hard and flourish, the country will continue going up. So we are not going to rise in a day. It's going to be gradual, but it must be done professionally and with excellence. So I believe that with education, media assistance, with inspiration from people that believe in tourism, this country can grow. And tourism is one sector that can take care of the unemployed. Because all those that are unemployed, they can simply learn the art of tourism and become players. And they will no longer cry for jobs because they will become self-employed themselves, or they'll be employers in the near future. True. So this is the only sector that can make you become an employer easily, or you're self-employed and you make money, a living out of it, and you stop crying about unemployment. It's about time we focused on tourism.
Thank you for having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, actually, I actually felt like I was in a lecture for tourism.
Thank you very much for having me on this show, and thank you very much, viewers. I just hope that it will be beneficial to everybody around us. Thank you, and thank you once again.
Okay, now there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking, you know, just in broad about the tourism industry here in Zambia. Thank you for joining us today. From me to you, it's goodbye, and see you next time.